Good morning, Coach. Any final thoughts on your roster here today, ins and outs?
Delzato will come out, Thompson will go in, Ennis will go out, and Gaudette will come in, and obviously Drake's back as well.
Just a quick thought on Lassie Thompson and he coming out of the lineup the other day against the Los Angeles. What were your reasons behind that, Coach? Was it just more to get a more veteran presence in against the Kings, perhaps?
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also he's played a lot of games and a lot of nights, and back-to-back for a young guy. His development is the utmost importance with a 100% plan that he would come back in today. We think he's going to be a really good player for a long time, and in a back-to-back situation, a guy in his first year, we saw an opportunity to give him a rest and come out, and he'll be back in today and continue on doing all the good things he's doing.
Just one final question for me. What is your main focus or your team's main focus for tonight's game?
Just to compete and continue to fight for each other. Not always things go your way. Don't concentrate on things that have happened, but move forward. And it's easier said than done. But when you're in the battle, it feels like you'll never get out. And when the same thing happens when you're winning. So we've got to just win shift by shift. Don't think about the end result. And at the end of the day, it's just hockey. You got to get back to having fun. Don't listen to the noise and the people and the negativity. There's a lot of good fans and a lot of good people that are behind us, and let's use that and let's get back to playing the way we know we can.
Ms. Garriock at Post Media.
A couple things from EJ. Just number one, what would you expect from the Vancouver Canucks?
Well, they've played really well the last couple games. They lose in the last couple minutes to Boston. They play really well against Detroit. They're deep. They're deep all through the lineup. They've got an ability to create offense. Their power play's deadly, so we got to stay out of the box. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you play. At this point, we're less worried about the opponent and more worried about ourselves. We have to start giving a lot less up, more of a defensive mindset. And starting to play for each other. So it doesn't matter who the team is. They're all good teams. But we just got to find our identity.
The other thing I wanted to ask, but when you look at getting Batherson back, you saw life without him. What does he mean to your team?
Well, he's a huge piece of your power play. And certainly offensively. I mean, he leads our team in points, but he leads our team in chances. He's able to carry the puck in the neutral zone. He can score in tight areas. He's obviously he's become a really, really good NHL player. But there's still a lot of growing there for him too. I mean, these are young guys. I'm watching Boston play last night without Marchand. They're certainly a different team. And it feels like he just doesn't age when you watch Marchand play. He's been a good player for so long, but it took him, 5-6 years to really get rolling. He wasn't on the Olympic teams early on, and then he was. And I see Drake in that, and I bring him up because Drake, trains with him in the summer, and they come from the same area. And I see a lot of similarities there. I think Drake's got the ability to take games over. He's got the ability to have teammates follow him, guys like him, and he's a great guy to coach.
And just one last thing for me, just because they handed it down last night, just any thoughts on the suspension, 5-game suspension for him?
No, I mean, I'm not going to comment on the league. I'll let them do what they do. I mean, I want to look after my players, and that situation just doesn't come up. It's been over a decade since the last one. You hope it's the last one now. It's just something that's not acceptable in the game. There's got to be a lot more respect than that. But the league deals with it, and they'll make their decisions.
Pagoskis at Sportsnet.
Hey DJ, just on Thompson, and I guess someone like Tim Stützle too. Like, I just wondering, when you go through even a stretch like you had in November, like, how do you still go about ensuring that an environment here with the Sens is still a positive one for your young guys to develop the right way?
Well, it's easy to be negative because everyone associated with it, around the team wants to ask why and bring as many negative questions or who's to blame in this situation. We have to stay in our own tight little bubble. And at the end of the day, Tim Stützle's development shouldn't be based on wins and losses today. Tim Stützle's development is game by game. And what can we do to make him the best, 22 to 32-year-old, and that's when he's going to be in the prime of his career, and he's just learning. So our job is to take the pressure off him and let him play hockey. And us losing has nothing to do with Tim Stützle, and I keep reminding him that. And our job is to continue to put him out there and put him in good spots and to make sure he continues to develop. And I'll continue to do that and block the noise for our young guys so that this franchise is set up for years to come.